Hey Pisces, and welcome to July 2022. I am super excited to do a monthly overview reading for you guys. There's been a big common theme for all of the signs for July 2022, which is move forward in whatever way you are holding yourself back recently. So it's a time to just step forward into your dreams, step forward into your goals, step forward into anything that you've been wanting to do and have been putting off, or just really want to do and haven't done yet, and not waiting for perfection, not waiting for anything else that's been holding you back. So if there's something you've been afraid to do or just nervous about, or you've been kind of like, dragging your feet a little bit, it's time to just go big in July. It's been like super clear for all of the readings. And then it's like the message has been, as soon as you kind of step into what you've been wanting to do, it's going to pull you into more and more of the essence of yourself. So a lot of signs have been really getting this like redirection to what it means to be more of themselves. So anyway, let's pull a card for your overall energy this month. This is called the Knowing. It's a shamanic deck. We'll get one card for your overall energy. We'll do a Celtic cross with the Weaver Tarot, so gorgeous, and clarifying with the Biddy Tarot's Everyday Tarot deck, which is such a cute little deck. I've been gardening, so apologies if my hands are a little rough. Let's see what you guys got going on, Pisces. That's a lot of these guys. These tend to be a little dense, so I'll be reading from the book for these guys and not so much for any of the other part of the reading. Wow, okay, Pisces, you've got a lot going on already. There's just a lot. Let's see if we can get one card, one or maybe two, to just distill whatever it is that's going on for you guys. Okay, here we go. Fox, you're excited. There's like a whole new energy going on right now, Pisces, from the last couple of readings that I've done. So I'm curious, maybe this is like a feeling good time for you. Fox is so much about feminine energy, being able to go with the flow, being able to pick up opportunities as they come in. But let's go ahead and read what Fox means here. This is such a fascinating deck. I've been really enjoying getting to know it. Okay, assess your path and establish your direction. The concept of will is a nebulous one, for are we ever really in control of our lives and our paths? We might feel like we are making choices and directing the processes we're engaged in, but there's no certainty that we'll end up where we sought to go, or that our choices have ever been the defining force we might have thought them to be. Despite this limiting factor, we are still co-creators of this entire existence, and our unique opinions and desires are essential to the functioning of the whole. It is the actualization of our gifts that the world is requesting. And so, oh my gosh, were we not just saying that? Was that not just the message that I said July is hugely about? And also, how much is this a message specifically for Pisces around the nebulous maneuvering of life? I just am so in love with these tarot readings these days, because it's just, the tarot is just, in sync, man. Feels good to be in sync, and I feel like that's the message I want to like impart to you guys, is like, it's time to be in sync, and it's time to feel excited, and it's time to feel energized, and it's time to like be on your life's mission from that feeling of being in sync with who you are. Okay, despite this limiting factor, we are all co-creators of this entire existence, and our unique opinions and desires are essential to the functioning of the whole. It's the actualization of our gifts that the world is requesting, and so we have a responsibility to become clear on who we are and where we would like to go in this life. To guide and assist this process, Fox appears. He walks us through the forest with stealth and clarity, and reminds us to become cunningly aware of all aspects of the circumstance before taking action. Thyme, Thyme, the herb, 2, offers this energy and support, and calls us to get clear on our desires, goals, and intentions, so that we might steer our lives from an aligned and conscious place. Release the expectation of outcome, yes, but be clear on what you want. Oh my God, I just love this message so much. And that kind of speaks to the feminine process, regardless of what gender you are. The fox has this particular ability to be in feminine manifestation. So even though it's a nebulous, I keep saying nebulous because I'm thinking of like Pisces and how like watery you guys are, and how sometimes you really have that blurred line of reality into imagination. But it's like the fox has this ability, or can represent this feminine ability, to relax and let the how go and really be in the flow, which is exactly what the card was saying. So know what you want. And it doesn't have to be like, I want to get married by the age of blah, blah, blah. I want the white picket fence. It can be, I really want clear alignment. I really want joy. I really want financial abundance, and I'm open to however it is that I get there. Really, really beautiful. It's like knowing what we want of our values and themes can get us really far, and letting go of the how. Okay, let's see what else comes up in your reading. We'll do a Celtic cross here with the Weaver Tarot. I already shuffle these a ton between each reading and kind of like clear them out, but it's always nice to just get like a fresh shuffle. These are huge and kind of thicker cards, so they just kind of spill everywhere, and I pick them up and we go from there. All right, Pisces for July 2022. Gorgeous. Sovereign of Swords. So sovereigns in this deck are queens. Heart-aligned action and communication. Okay, so actually let's just keep going. 10 of Cups. No big deal, no big deal, Pisces. Sovereign of Wands. Queen of Wands. Let's see if you guys can see these. Ruler of Cups. Hello. King of Cups. The rulers in this deck are kings. Move this over a little bit. Coming from the Hermit. Moving into the Tower. Hello. 9 of Wands in reverse. The High Priestess, or the High Sage in this deck, in reverse. 8 of Wands in reverse. 10 of Wands as your outcome. Okay, Pisces, let's get into it. These cards are just huge, so I'm going to hold up each one of them. We'll go through each one, but they just kind of fall off the scope of the Conqueror of Wands in reverse. Okay, cool. Yes. They just kind of fall off the scope of the picture there. I'm drinking tea. This is the only reading I've like had a tea or like drink something in my readings, and I just feel like that's so suiting. So suiting for you, Pisces. I am really walking the talk here because I have been so bumbly and like not polished at all in these readings, and would have started over a million times, would have done this channel over a million times, and I am like, nope, it's time to move forward. So that will be infused into all of the readings. This energy from me to you of like, we're doing it, girl. We're doing it. Okay, Sovereign of Swords covered by the 10 of Cups. Hello, Pisces. This is gorgeous. I love this Sovereign of Swords card. So really clear image of the butterfly transformation, which clarity of thought and mind and belief system and values can really do. Okay, so also aligned with your overall theme for this month is like clarity of vision. So boom, you guys are already, Pisces, in very clear alignment. And this is going to be your central energy for the month, what you're really working with and where you are now. And it's a gorgeous card. This is the key with the Sovereign of Swords is to be very heart aligned with all of the clarity that comes from this card. So there's going to be a lot of clarity. You're stepping into a lot of clarity. You have a lot of clarity. You are really rooted in what is clear for you. Visions, beliefs, communications with other people, and bringing in a lot of transformation for you. But the key here is also to be very heart-centered in your delivery, right? So sometimes when we're really clear, it cannot be, we can get lost in harsh delivery. It's really important to have the combo of the both. So here's the crown here with wings and roses, and that really speaks to like being in your true power from your heart with clear conscience, clear ideas, and clear values. So if that's not the most beautiful thing I've ever seen for the basis of a reading, I don't know what is. And I've seen this card before. It's just coming across as like such a gorgeous, like light, but extremely like in your personal power place for you guys to be, Pisces. So that's really cool. And crossing you is the 10 of Cups. You know, only like your deepest emotional satisfaction and joy and happiness here on the board as well. So that's amazing. Whether you're going for that this month, you're going to be feeling that this month, you're going to be leaning into that this month. This is really, really beautiful. Let's see if we can clarify the Sovereign of Swords at all, just to see if there's anything else about that card or your central energy this month that would be helpful for you guys to know. Queen of Swords, Sovereign of Swords here for Pisces, July 2022. Hermit, and we have the Hermit right here too. So this has been a lot of work from your guys' perspective. You guys are coming out of a time of deep self-reflection, and you are ready to take what you know and be just like totally clear on who you are in the world. This could have been a time, clearly was a time that you might have been feeling kind of isolated or took a break from people or situations or things that you were doing to really find your own truth about something that was happening that could have been circumstantial, something that forced you into hiding or like hibernation, or this could totally have been something that you chose to do on your own. But from that, this is a double message here that's just, it worked. Whatever you did really honed your ability to listen to your intuition and be very close to your own truth and live from that truth. Let's get a clarifier for the Ten of Cups, although I don't really feel like it needs any. That's really just saying lean into your happiness this month, Pisces. Lean into your joy. Expect that. Expect that to happen. And July 2 is just such a month of like celebrating, being outside, just enjoying life. Okay, I see that's kind of a chunk. I'm just going to keep going here so we can at least get something simple. We want a clarifier to see if there's anything else that's helpful for Pisces to know here with the Ten of Cups for July 2022. Pisces, July 2022, Ten of Cups. So this could really look like, yes, okay, perfect. So Wheel of Fortune, so things are changing, and maybe, it's in reverse. There could really have been a change of things for the better. So maybe you're coming out of a time that felt really hard and coming into the Ten of Cups here, really helping you change things around. So coming from a time of unrest, it's coming from a time of things that didn't feel fair, and oftentimes ain't this the way that those times really solidify for us what our true beliefs are, what our clarity is, what we're very clear on. So you could have come from a time recently, Pisces, where you really distilled and honed in on exactly what you want in a relationship, exactly what it is that makes you happy, and you're like, this is my focus, this is what I'm going for. And you're doing it, look at you go. Sovereign of Wands. Okay, there's at least two, if not more, other readings that I've done so far, and I have a couple more to go, that had the Sovereign of Wands, and I believe in this position. So if you're bumping into or seeing any of the other readings with this in this card in this position, it's like so important for you to frickin' shine your light, Pisces. And this might not be as easy for you. Like if you have strong Pisces placements, you might not feel like the life of the party. You might not feel like the Queen of Wands, the Sovereign of Wands, who is so in her power, who is heart-led, who is shining her light so brightly in every direction. She's just a magnet. She's also like a party girl in the best of ways. She knows the best spots to eat. She's like totally like just dressed to the nines. Like she's gorgeous because she's confident and because she's leading with her heart and because she doesn't sacrifice what she wants for anyone. And she's bullheaded about it in the best way. She's gonna get it, right? That passion, that fire. But it's also incredibly illuminating and it's very inviting. So this is the feminine and the masculine kind of combined, right? So the Queen of Wands, the wands being masculine, that fire, but the Queen, the sovereign, really bringing in that warmth, that heart-centered approach, and it's so inviting. And so that's what you're really like focused on being this month, Pisces. There's something going on here where you're really excited to just shine your light so bright. And as you do, it's going to attract a lot of like other really gorgeous opportunities. Interesting. The Chariot in reverse. Okay, great. So this might be time for you to slow down and enjoy. This could be aligned action in a way where you are really feeling yourself. But it's interesting because the Chariot is such a card of movement, aligned action, aligned movement. And the Sovereign of Wands is like, not introverted, but extroverted, like really shining your light bright. So this could be a process that you're doing internally this month. You could be really focused on just stoking your own fire and having this be in the home, at workplace, or just like in your relationships. And that kind of makes sense for you, Pisces, because just as a sign, as an element, as a flavor of the zodiac, you guys tend to be more introverted. You tend to be very sensitive. So embodying the Queen of Wands might be a little awkward for you if you really identify with like feeling like a Pisces, that sensitive energy. So just understand that this is going to get you places and also help slow you down, slow the momentum if there's a lot going on for you this month, in a way that will be really helpful for you. And what are we working with here? So in the foundation, I love this color too, this just like gorgeous pink. The Ruler of Cups. So this is the King of Cups. So this is a really powerful card to be in this position. The Ruler of Cups is a character who is incredibly powerful in their ability to live and create and stabilize from the heart. So while the Queen of Wands, Sovereign of Wands, is an extroverted goddess, the Ruler of Cups is deeply intentional around how they relate to other people in a way that creates connection, in a way that creates and facilitates healing, in a way that creates and facilitates just like these gorgeous connections in life. And this is actually you, Pisces, like showing up in your own reading, right? Like you are the last water sign of the zodiac. This is you in your highest, one of your highest forms, right? Just being totally embodied in mastery in your heart connection to other people and the world. And that can be hard sometimes for people who are particularly sensitive, because when you're sensitive, you feel all the things, not just the joy, but you feel the sadness and you feel all the empathy. And like, it takes a lot of boundaries, right? To be a very sensitive, vulnerable person in this world. And that is this Ruler of Cups. So I love seeing this in this position because you're building a foundation for the month based on something solid, based on something with good boundaries, based on a lot of a solid foundation. And from a solid foundation, we can really grow. So hopefully that's like you showing up in your own reading, but it could be someone else bringing that out for you or stabilizing for you, right? So it could even be like a counselor, a healer, your partner, a parent. I invite you not to stabilize necessarily with your children or from your children, right? Well, it leads to codependency. But really building from this place of knowing your own inner strength, your own inner wisdom, and your own ability to be incredibly strong and powerful from a place of vulnerability. That's the Ruler of Cups. Exactly. So moving out of a need to feel like you need fast communication, or really coming into it's kind of like you're recalibrating here, Pisces. And I'll be interested to see what kind of comes up here with the Tower. But the Page of Swords is like, what kind of messages are really happening for you inside? And also learning to speaking of boundaries, like learning to let other people's what other people say about you deflect, like roll right off your back, right? You're coming from this place of deep introspection, and let's get a clarifier from the Hermit, and like really understanding what your boundaries are, what your inner truth is. And that helps us be completely in our power and just let anything that doesn't resonate with us slough off. So you're coming from a place of the Hermit, maybe feeling like you've been isolated a little bit in the recent past, maybe feeling like you took a break from family or coworkers. Yeah, exactly. So just letting yourself really like go through an ending here in the past. And endings lead to gorgeous new transitions and new beginnings, which makes sense that you would come into the Tower here. So complete transformation. And this can be scary, but it can also be the biggest catalyst for our greatest achievements in life, right? It's like consistently just breaking off the old to understand what new comes. And then coming back to your overall energy here, it's going to be important for you to give up the how necessarily. Like if you're coming into a Tower moment at the end of July or through the month, there might be a lot of things that are crumbling, old ways or things that you thought that you were going to do, or jobs you thought worked out for you, or paths you thought you were going to take, might be showing you that that's not really the way anymore. This could also be an internal process, but once our internal world changes, especially in a tower moment, if we're coming to some real realizations about things that work for us, and then conversely what doesn't work for us and what our happiness is, it will get rid of the old. So let's see. What does Pisces need to know here about the tower? Don't fear the tower moments. Yep. Give up the fight, Pisces. Give up the fight. The fight has been won. So 5 of Wands is like really helpful in constructive arguing. So traditionally it's like a card of training, training for battle. And so when we see it in the reverse position here, this is really saying like it's time to give up the fight. Like you've done the training, you're ready to move into the next step, and it's not time to train anymore. It's time to do. And it's also time to just like not care about like what anyone else is saying to you, and to break open into who you really are. I feel that really strongly with your reading. How are you feeling about it? You're actually on board. So 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay, well, this can mean a couple of things. One, you're ready to surrender, right? So 9 of Wands is kind of like we're tired, we're done, blood, sweat, and tears. We're covered in all 3 from some kind of like a journey that we've been on. And this tracks with coming from a hermit moment, even though you're really present in how clear you are about life right now, will be through July, and you're really building off of such an open heart in this chance of vulnerability. It can be hard. It can take a lot of effort and energy. And so the 9 of Wands in reverse, you might be feeling like you want to give up. You might be feeling like you can't make the next part of the journey. You might be feeling like I just can't take another step. And this is like really your encouragement to sit down and think about what you need, Pisces, and reach out for help, reach out for support. So let's see what kind of clarifier we can get for you guys on that. 9 of Wands in reverse here. For Pisces. I commend you, Pisces. It's not easy to go inside and spend the time to like be present with a death moment and a tower moment. And you're doing it. You're like being really present with yourself. And I can see that because of the outcomes, like being in a place that's currently just so present with that Sovereign of Swords, and then like really stepping into the Sovereign of Wands. It's like, you know it. You know you looking fine. You know you looking good. Okay, you're not sure you want help on this. You're like, no. But it's still overwhelming. But it's still hard. It's okay, Pisces. It's okay to ask for help. Okay, there we go. Yeah, oh my gosh. Exactly. You're like, I just don't know if I can take one more step, and I don't want encouragement to do it because I feel locked up and afraid. So if this is how you're feeling about any of this process, like it's hard to shine, and it's hard to like live my life and from clarity, and like I've gone through so much transition in the past, and I don't want to be facing this tower moment and surrender anymore. Just know that you're keeping yourself locked up. So as hard as it is for us to face the breaking of our outer shell, that's necessary in order for like the new seed to grow, right? So just compassion. Have compassion for yourself. I have compassion for you, Pisces. I'm sending you all my love. If that's like really how you're feeling, it's just a time to give up the struggle and give up the struggle to struggle. That's what this is saying. And focus this month on giving up whatever it is that's weighing you down, whether that's like the how, whether you had a plan and it's not coming to fruition, give it up and just trust that like the values underneath the plan, clarity, love, connection, abundance, like focus on those values and give up the how, and you're going to be really held this month in that. If it's feeling overwhelming, if any of this process is feeling overwhelming, know that it's like totally for your highest good this month, and that tower moments always are for your highest good. Okay, what's in your environment? Other people might not get it. The High Priestess in reverse says there might be some well, that's really interesting. Hold on, let me sit with this for a minute. Let me get a clarifier for that before I speak to the High Sage. clarify this for Pisces. There we go. Okay, yeah, so people might not get it. You might not, poor thing, you might not be finding a lot of immediate help from your friends, community, lovers, family, friends, coworkers. You just might not be finding or feeling a lot of camaraderie or like understanding from them. So it's going to be ultimately important for you to double down on this clarity. I'm so glad that you have this here because you are crystal clear on what matters most to you, and you have to hold on to that through this transformation of who you're becoming. July just might not see you filled with a bunch of people who are going to like understand what you're doing. And that also tells me that whatever you're doing is incredibly important and leading edge, right? So it's like people don't understand sometimes when we think outside of the box, or when we become someone new through leaving behind what doesn't work for us and stepping into new patterns, new preferences, standing up for ourselves more, all of those things, then our relationships change, right? So that might be a really natural process that happens this month. Be easy with yourself, look for some good self-care, understand that that's like a really positive symptom of what's happening if it means that you are becoming more and more aligned with your true self, which is, again, a consistent message through all of the readings for July. So keep going, Pisces. Be brave through July, and just know that like you are barreling towards something that is way better, way more aligned with who you truly are than it was before this reading or whatever process you're going through here. And you're scared. You're totally scared shitless. What are you hoping and fearing for? You're hoping it's all gonna go. You're like, I really want like this alignment. I really want this to move. But you're also totally afraid of what that might bring or could bring. So any clarifiers for the Eight of Wands here for what Pisces is hoping and fearing? Yeah. You're afraid. You're afraid that like this might be the wrong choice. This is just fear, Pisces. You're afraid of the movement. You're afraid that whatever you might be moving into might actually be wrong. Face down your fear. And the Devil card really calls us out on that. It's like, okay, great. You don't want to have courage and step into something you really want to do. You can have this 9 to 5 that kills your brain all day long or makes you really bored, or like whatever it is, are like golden handcuffs, or the relationship you are afraid to get out of that's holding you in, right? For financial security or, whatever it is. Don't be afraid. Face down your fears this month, Pisces. Know you have so much support. And you know what? It's going to feel a little overwhelming. But with the 10 of Wands is the completion. It's like blood, sweat, and tears, Pisces. You are moving towards your ultimate passion, your ultimate goal, this gorgeous, gorgeous project that you've been working on. Look at these wands. So this is a picture of these wands, and I'm kind of like move the card because of the metallic. It's a little bit hard to see all at once. But, wands are usually straight, right? And so what a gorgeous configuration this contraption is, this piece of art is, this shape is. It looks like it's round, and yet it looks that way because of the intertwining of the wands. Like, this takes time, this takes dedication, this takes a vision, this takes beauty, this takes artistry, right? And so there might be blood, sweat, and tears falling all off of this, but you got it this month, Pisces. Like, you are working towards something that is potentially leave you feeling drained, but you've completed it. Like, you are really coming to the end of a gorgeous cycle here. Let's see if we can get you any clarifiers. And I feel like it's really important to say, like, the tarot is not prophetic. The tarot doesn't tell you what's happening. It gives you a sense of potentials for the month, and like it's like a weather forecast. And you can decide, it looks like oh my God. Looks like it's going to rain this month. I'll bring a rain jacket. Or like, the weatherman said it's going to rain, but like, I'm going to ignore it. And then you get stuck out in the rain. So what I'm saying is the whole purpose, my whole my whole motivation behind doing these readings is to be of service and helping you guys have one way of looking at the energy that's coming up for you this month and being able to work with it. So if this doesn't feel right to you at all, or if you're like, don't tell me I'm going to have a bad month or a heavy month, like, don't even worry about it. Have the best month. This is just a way for you guys to like work with the energy and understand that like, if this is how you're feeling at the end of the month, it's okay. Like, it's okay. This is like the season that you're in. This is just the weather pattern. It's not you. Like sometimes when I see harsh messages come out in the tarot for myself, I'm like, thank God. It's really relieving that someone is like, yeah, girl, like this is going to suck for a hot second or feel like a hot second, but here's the bigger context. So clearly, and I'm going to get another clarifier too, because just to end on the 10 of Swords is just like so fucking brutal. Big endings for you guys at the end of this month. Big endings. The end of your disbelief in yourself. Oh, and you know what's okay? You know what this means to me too? This is like when we really decide who we are and what we want, then again, what's being reflected is that like other things fall away. And so you might just be facing a lot of that as you come to completion and these endings of who you once were and what you're working towards this month. Pisces. And I hope that makes sense. It's like, okay, great. We're going to tie up all of these loose ends. We're going to face all of the ways that you were afraid to move forward. What else would be helpful to show Pisces about the end of the month of July 2022? Ooh, that's like a whole other reading. Let's see. Okay. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Let me just sit with this for a hot second. Yes, girl. Okay, so it's time for you to complete big cycles. Feel really proud of yourself for all of that you've accomplished, even and especially if you're feeling tired about it, and know that at the end of an old cycle, an end of a cycle, you can celebrate and it's going to bring up the next one. So I'm super excited to see what you guys have coming up in August. And you might feel really tired about it. This is wrapping up cycles where you have felt betrayed, potentially by yourself, you know, tying yourself into old ways or old relationships or old patterns that didn't serve you, that left you feeling stabbed in the back. Let's just say it like it is. And to stop working at the old way of being, to give it up, Pisces. This is like a real message for you guys this month of completion, of a nod to the work that you guys have been doing, and a nod to just like releasing, relaxing, letting go so that the new can come in, and how wonderful you've done so far. And have a really good time, actually, because the Fox is full of fun. The Queen of Wands here is so fun. Sovereign of Wands, like you're clear, and 10 of Cups, like all of this is really important to keep in mind, the 10 of Cups and the Ruler of Cups. All of this is in service to your dream and your dedication to your ultimate happiness and your ultimate connection. And Cups at the ultimate level is connection with the divine, connection to your highest truth, to connection to your heart, right? So you are freaking dedicated to that and building on a foundation of solid vulnerability. So wherever that takes you is going to be gorgeous. Even and especially if you're breaking down pieces through the middle of the month. So I hope this was super helpful, and I can't wait to see you guys at the next one. I can't wait to see what's up for you guys in August. I hope it's a really, really good month, and thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.